In the past 24 to 48 hours, there has been a flood of reports in the international media. According to these reports, peace is finally about to be established. Earlier, Trump had said to Iran that if you don't open the Hormuz Strait within 48 hours, we will destroy all your power plants. After that, he himself comes and says, no, you can take 5 more days, Iran, live your life, because Trump is telling the entire world press that the talks are going very well. Iran wanted to negotiate with them. And a 15-point plan is also being discussed. Iran is saying, when did this happen, brother? We have neither spoken to Trump directly nor indirectly. Because they already know what happens when you talk to America. They've been through it and they don't want to make that mistake again. And just as we had expected, as soon as Trump talked about a ceasefire, Israel launched a strike on Iran's critical infrastructure there. Now, in response, Iran is launching a fresh attack. Across the Middle East, especially in Israel, they are targeting its electricity infrastructure and desalination plants. There are also reports that a heavy ballistic missile has been fired at the USS Abraham Lincoln. Amidst this peace agreement, during this ceasefire, thousands of US Marine elite forces are arriving in the Middle East within just a few days. Now the question arises, why are soldiers going to the Middle East? Why are boots on the ground? You have already won the war. Iran has nothing left to show for itself. Then why are you risking the lives of soldiers? When talks of peace are underway here, when there is talk of a 15-point peace proposal, why are you allowing Israel to carry out such attacks? Somewhere in the White House, there is chaos over Iran. There is a full case going on, and Iran is making a mockery of it. Trump is saying that Trump is talking to himself. This man has lost his mind. Is Trump really play acting in front of the whole world, or is he plotting some conspiracy? Has Trump really become so foolish that he's saying he has already won this war? Iran is begging me to talk to them. Whereas the truth is something else entirely, which we have already explained to you in detail in this episode, how Iran has destroyed Donald Trump's toys, and Iran has said so. There is no direct or indirect contact. We are standing firm on our demands. Get out of the Gulf, then talks will begin. It's been almost a month since this war, which was imposed on Iran, began. Trump is saying that he has won the war. The biggest victory in the history of war, or if you want to see the truth, the biggest embarrassment to the US in the history of war. Whether it's about the air or the sea, Trump either does a great job at play acting, or he truly doesn't realize just how much of a mess he has created.
We've won this. This war has been won. The only one that likes to keep it going is the fake news. I mean, the New York Times, you read the New York Times, it's like we're not winning a war where they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no nothing.
Sometimes I wonder if even if Trump wants to know the truth, there's no one around him who actually tells it, because the people surrounding him are even bigger oddballs than he is.
Was one for the history books, truly. And it's because we have a president of the United States that when he sends his warfighters out to fight, he unties their hands. We negotiate with bombs. You have a choice as we loiter over the top of Tehran, as the president talked about your future. The president has made it clear that you will not have a nuclear weapon.
What confidence? This is the confidence of someone who knows they've messed up. But he'll keep shouting, I have won, I have won. Come on, brother, if you've really won, then speak calmly. If you've really won, then how is it that Iran is still controlling the Strait of Hormuz? They're firing so many ballistic missiles. They've launched ballistic missiles again at Israel at the USS Abraham Lincoln. And you're saying you've won. Which of your war objectives have actually been achieved? Now there are new objectives. Opening the Strait of Hormuz, which was already open to begin with. It wasn't closed like your mind is. Brother, you're desperately telling other countries, come work with us, and you're asking for $200 billion just to prolong this war. If everything has already been obliterated, if everything has been destroyed, wiped out, then why is all this still happening? Brother, in politics, you can turn truth into lies and lies into truth. But in war, the truth comes out. And the truth that has now come out is that none of your goals have been achieved. And this new goal you're talking about, eliminating nukes, you already claimed to have done that a year ago.
We wiped out the nuclear capability of their obliterated bodies, something never seen before. I would say back then that place was under such control that they could never have nuclear weapons again.
When Trump was asked about decimated, it became decimated. Last year, you destroyed Iran's nuclear facilities. So why is there a war again now?
Obliterated their nuclear sites last summer with your strikes. Then how can you argue it was an imminent threat now?
Oh, we hit them so hard, we obliterated them. But that doesn't mean with the right equipment, you can't dig down and go get it.
Go get it.
Oh, so the war is with shovels, right? Then why did you name the operation Epic Fury? You should have named it Operation Shovel or Operation Corpse. Maybe Trump forgot that he was the one who celebrated dropping the whole bomb. Maybe he's got dementia. Trump doesn't even remember whether this is a war or not.
People don't like me using the word war, but so I won't. But the Democrats go to war. We've won this. This war has been won.
Uncle has gotten old. We can understand. Maybe he has dementia. But bro, what kind of foolery is this? Of what level that after killing the old Ayatollah, he's joining hands with the new group in Hormuz? You'll be the one to run it.
What about the Strait of Hormuz? Who's going to be in control of that?
That'll be opened very soon if this works.
How soon? And who's in control of it? Will Iran still be able to control the flow of oil?
Be jointly controlled.
By who?
Maybe me. Maybe me.
You want the United States to be
Me and the Ayatollah, whoever the Ayatollah.
Whoever the Ayatollah is, if there wasn't so much tragedy, this would definitely be a comedy. Trump has forgotten about Iran. Maybe he knows this, but he just can't say it. If he had done a bit of studying, flipped through a couple of pages of history, things wouldn't have turned out like this. First of all, let's talk about Nobel Peace Prize winner Donald Trump's peace negotiations, brother. He's the peace president, after all. He wants peace, right? With Iran, he didn't drop the bombs, did he? That's why he has offered a 15-point ceasefire to Iran. Yes, a 1-month ceasefire to discuss this peace agreement so that Iran will end its nuclear weapon capability and stop uranium enrichment. It will open up the state of the formula. All of its stockpile of highly enriched uranium will be handed over to the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA. All of their major nuclear sites will be dismantled. Natanz in Iran, which they had already dismantled before the bombing. But now they are saying it will be dismantled again. And all the proxy activities supporting groups like Hamas, Houthis, and Hezbollah will be stopped by Iran, and restrictions will also be imposed on their ballistic missiles, both in terms of range and the number of missiles. So this is Donald Trump's proposal, which he presented before the whole world, saying, "What balak, I want to de-escalate. I am taking concrete steps for peace." So what happened first? The markets exploded. If you look at the S&P, it saw a tremendous surge. Within just 6 minutes, the market cap increased by $2 trillion. Oil prices also dropped dramatically. People thought, wow, he's finally come to his senses. Donald Trump has. Now, peace might actually be restored. But within an hour, there's a twist. Iran says, what are you talking about? What 15 points? What talks are even happening? There's nothing like that here. The environment itself doesn't exist. The Speaker of Iran's parliament has made it clear that we have had no contact with America at all, neither directly nor indirectly. After this news, the market loses $1 trillion in capitalization, the market crashes. That is, a swing of $3 trillion was seen on the S&P within just 1 hour. But the story doesn't end there. According to the Financial Times, some traders placed $500 million in futures bets on the oil market, just 5 to 10 minutes before Trump's post, which means someone within Trump's circle knew about this. This information was about to come out and power was played over it. The stock market was manipulated. This is not speculation. This is a financial crime, and openly Donald Trump and his associates are doing this. They are taking advantage of this disaster to print money. Iran's Speaker of Parliament has also presented this matter before the whole world, saying that peace is a far-fetched idea. Fake news is being spread to manipulate the stock market. By Trump and his friends, apart from making money from the market, it seems that this 5-day ceasefire is a self-deleting ceasefire. It also seemed to have an agenda. This was also announced. Just like the market opens on Monday and exactly 5 days later, there seems to be a plan to do something big after the market closes on Friday. On Friday itself, the USS Tripoli and USS New Orleans will arrive in that area with more than 2,000 Marines, where the Marines will get ready for boots on the ground for a ground assault. You could also call this an expedition unit. They could enter that area at that time. This pose perfectly lines up with that. So somewhere, Trump is thinking, I play the game, I show peace, I present myself as a messenger of peace, I show the whole world that I am talking about peace. And after that, on Friday, a direct attack will be launched. That's why elite troops are being assembled. The same playbook was used in Medalist as well. Even during the reciprocal tariff period, one big-ticket announcement would crash the market twice. Then, after some more withdrawals, the market would go up twice. In the midst of all this, play the stock game, buy and sell. And this is exactly how money is being made. This entire scam is going on, and Iran has completely figured out this game. Iran says that you are doing all this manipulation so that you can stabilize oil prices, because oil prices are skyrocketing. But the trade that's happening is still trying to stabilize oil a little bit. Trump is thinking, if only I could get a little more time. But Iran has understood Trump's maneuvers very well. That's why they have never believed that Trump actually wants to talk to them. There is no prospect of peace. Their thinking is completely different. What we told America and Israel on the very first day, we are still saying the same thing today. You will have to leave the entire area and you will have to pay reparations. Until then, we will not even talk to you. And now comes the dangerous warning from Ali Akbar Ahmed, who is an admiral in the IRGC, representative of Iran's supreme leader. In the Supreme National Council, you can't get more senior than this. He tweeted a clear warning to America, saying that we are waiting for you. We actually want you to come into our area. We've been training for this for 2 decades. They are working on the strategy of asymmetric warfare. For this very day, there is only one message for America. Come to us. If you come, somewhere there will be a massacre. Iran's army is also ready right now to create chaos. And even more than that, the humiliation that Trump is having to endure. When Iran's military spokesperson is saying that America is negotiating with itself, picking up the phone, Trump is talking to himself, and they're making fun of him. Have your internal conflicts reached such an extent that you are negotiating and conversing with yourself? Hey, don't call your defeat an agreement, and you'll see that your investments in this region, your energy projects and oil prices, all of it will be ruined. Nothing will move from here until we want it to. Our position has not changed from day one until now. And this is absolutely true. We haven't seen any change in Iran's position. It's been almost a month now. We've seen America's and Trump's positions change every other day. Iran not trusting Trump's words turned out to be absolutely right, because as soon as Trump talked about peace and a ceasefire, meanwhile, Israel attacked Iran's energy sites. And Iran was fully prepared for this as well. That's why they've now launched the ATF wave against the child-killing Zionist regime. Now, what's special about this teeth wave? That's the point. It's special because now Iran is saying that their attack is becoming even broader. Earlier, it was defensive. Then gradually, they moved to a more direct approach. Now, they are making their attack even more broad-based. The positions Israel holds in the northern envelope of Israel-Gaza, the areas and territories they have occupied in the Gaza Strip, will be targeted with heavy missile and drone attacks. They are also saying that the Israeli presence there, the Israeli army's northern command sites, which are trying to advance towards Lebanon, will be targeted as well. We will attack you directly, and just think about how broad-based this attack is. At the border area, you are attacking. Over there in Tel Aviv, you are attacking. And over there at the Ali Al Salem Air Base, which is in Kuwait, you are attacking that as well. You didn't spare the Al Azraq Air Base in Jordan either. And the Sheikh Issa Air Base in Bahrain, where the US Navy's 5th Fleet is stationed, you are not sparing that either. If you look, even in Iraq, how the insurgents backed by Iran. A video has also been published by the Islamic Resistance in Iraq showing how US victory camps are being attacked by drones targeting helicopters. So, 2 things have become absolutely clear. Trump is trying to play his own game there. Iran is not willing to listen to any of this. It continues its bombardment. So where's the problem arising for America? You had such massive bomber planes. You had GB bombs. The problem is that Iran has 27 missile cities that have been built underground. Now, Israel and the Americans have been constantly attacking, dropping missiles on these tunnels in these cities. But the Iranians reopened these bombed-out tunnels within 12 days and started launching missiles from there again. They fire the missiles and then go back inside. The problem is that these are granite rock mountains, very ancient rock, extremely hard, and even the biggest bombs are unable to penetrate them. Basically, unless you put boots on the ground and send in soldiers, you can't defeat these cities, and that's why you are seeing this situation. Preparations are beginning. Iran believes that the entry will be from the direction of Kuwait, and there will be ground fighting, which is why you are seeing more bombing near Kuwait. Iran is trying to focus on this. Attacks on other Gulf countries have decreased, while you can see that there has been much heavier bombing over Israel. So, seeing America's hypocrisy, Iran is currently not very interested in holding talks. American officials have arrived in Islamabad to negotiate, but Iran is still not clear. They are saying that they are not ready yet, not even for a simple greeting or to sit at the table for discussions. Because the US is demanding that Iran give up its nukes, cap its missile program, and open up the Strait of Hormuz as well. So the question is, what is Iran actually getting out of this? That's why Iran's demands are quite tough, and they are not backing down from them. On the other hand, Donald Trump is also not ready to back down. He is saying, just open the Strait of Hormuz, and we will back off. But Iran also knows that if they open the Strait of Hormuz, the biggest bargaining chip they have, the way they are choking the global economy, will slip out of their hands. After that, this conflict could drag on for years. That's why the Strait of Hormuz is a very important point, and they will not withdraw from there. They will embarrass Trump even more there. Meanwhile, new details about this war have also emerged. Just 2 days before the attack on the 28th of February, in which Ayatollah Khamenei was killed, Netanyahu made a very important phone call, and how Donald Trump was wound up like a key toy. How Netanyahu showed Donald Trump dreams, telling him that he had a historic opportunity. Such a chance will never come again. All the leadership is in one place. If you give the order, this attack will put you in the history books. Donald Trump, and after hearing all this, Trump's ego swelled so much that he gave the green light. Now, even as they're trying to turn that green light into a red one, or Trump is trying to wave the white flag, Israel is saying, brother, we won't stop. Israel has made it clear that we will continue our attacks. Uncle Trump, you do whatever you want to do. That's why, even after the ceasefire, the talks that Donald Trump tried to initiate, gas, management, buildings in Isfahan and other farm cities, Israel kept attacking them. That's why there are power outages in the city of Qom. The desalination facility in Shur has been attacked, and Iran has said that now we will retaliate. We will attack all of Israel's power infrastructure. If we have to attack the desalination plant, we will do that too. So on one hand, Trump is saying that he is a messenger of peace, that he will restore peace, and on the other hand, Netanyahu is doubling down on his attacks. Here, it's clearly being talked about as a split. But the issue here isn't really about a split. This too is a well-played game. We have been telling you this, how one will play the good cop, one will play the bad cop, and this psychological war, these two have always played it together and will continue to do so. At the very least, Iran has understood this much. Even Israeli officials privately admit that their regime change plan, that somehow Mossad would spark a revolution there, has flopped. That's why now they just blindly want to inflict damage on Iran. No one has any plan, they're just trying to cause damage. And now even Saudi Arabia and the UAE are talking about getting involved in the war. Saudi Arabia has already given permission for US forces to use their bases. The UAE might even provide more money, because they believe that if the Iran issue is resolved once and for all, then there will be complete peace here. Without peace, even our Dubai won't function, and Saudi Arabia won't be able to establish its dominance there either. The question is Iran going to back down now, or is this situation going to get even worse? If you look at the chronology, the situation could get even worse. We told you how we hadn't talked about the nuclear threat for almost a month. But now the situation is heading that way because attacks are happening on each other's nuclear sites. Once again, Iran's Bushehr nuclear site has been attacked for the second time. So after Dimona, will Iran retaliate again or not? This is a very big question. So there definitely is a nuclear question. Just think official warnings are being issued, just in case there is ever a nuclear attack. This message is being sent about what you should do. On their media, in the meantime, all this is going on. US elite troops are arriving there. So will boots on the ground be made effective? From today until Friday, will we see some kind of ground invasion begin? Trump currently has no other option. Either a humiliating withdrawal will have to be done, or boots will have to be put on the ground. Karg Island, which is Iran's main oil export terminal, handles 90% of the oil. The US Marines will try to take it over. But if they try to do this, if they try to open another state front, it might sound good in theory. But at the same time, what happens is that the bloodshed increases. Remember, Iran is not just sitting idle there. They still have between 3,000 to 6,000 naval mines and more than 2,000 ballistic missiles. And then there are the ground forces, plus Hezbollah, plus the Houthis, plus the Iraqi militias they have. If they launch an assault as well, the bloodshed could increase significantly. A lot of lives could be lost. Even the Pentagon has acknowledged that this could be a multi-day, multi-week operation. So when the US military itself doesn't know how to end this war, if you look at the history of this area, you'll see a very brutal past, where there will be many bodies on both sides, on Iran's side as well as the US's side. Israel will just sit back and watch the spectacle. That's another matter. Meanwhile, China is sitting here laughing, taking notes. It's trying to understand the strength of its main enemy, and it's also trying to understand its weaknesses. You may have exquisite, powerful bombs, but you don't have the volume. You don't have the capacity. Your ships catch fire. Your ships have to flee. Your planes are crashing, and you don't have the money. You're running out of ammunition to keep this war going. You've overextended yourself. Right now, China is getting very valuable manuals. And on the other side, Israel is learning what cluster bombs are, what war crimes are, and what it means to kill children with missiles.
Just this morning, an Iranian ballistic missile hit here in Tel Aviv. Look at the damage. While we targeted terrorists, specific terrorists, the IRGC is actually targeting a civilian neighborhood, families with kids, homes, schools, war crimes after war crimes after war crimes.
It's never a good thing when a bomb falls on any child or civilian, no matter the country. But here it should also be said that Iran is following a tit-for-tat approach. If you attack our gas installations, we will attack your gas installations. If you attack our power plants, we will attack your power plants. If you attack our nuclear installations, we will attack your nuclear sites as well. But Iran has been attacked more than 500 times on schools and over 100 times on hospitals. There has not been any news about this so far. When has Iran ever deliberately attacked a school or a hospital? So who is the threat to peace? Who is barbaric? Who is acting like executioners in this war? You can understand this yourself, whether Iran wins or loses, but the stature that America once had, the seriousness it once had, the dominance it once had, all of that is now gone. Now, even Iran is making fun of them. They are saying to Donald Trump, Mr. Trump, you are fired.
Hey, Trump, you are fired. You are familiar with this sentence. Thank you for your attention to this matter.